It was a busy day. All the engines on the South Roman Railway were busy, being real useful. All the engines, except Edward. He was at the engine works being repainted. He had been working hard to be a useful engine, especially when he was a Great Western engine on the railway. After the workmen had finished painting him, Edward's paintwork looks very special, and it looked spotless indeed in the sunlight as Edward puffed out of the engine works. As he pulled in to collect his coaches, Miss Lindsay arrived. "Edward, some workmen are waiting for you at the docks. The water tower have silver holes that they were rusty with scars on them. You must take them there to have it repaired so the engines can have more water without having it dripped from there." "Right away, Miss Lindsay." As Edward trundled into the docks to collect the workmen, Dexter puffed in with the special visitor. She was to catch a cruise ship at the docks to meet her husband on the holiday. "Who is that visitor, Dexter?" "That, Edward, is Miss Collin. She had just come to our wherry to greet us engines and Miss Lindsay." "Whoa, she looks so beautiful. I've never seen her looking like that and had come to this wherry before." "Well, she and her husband have visited our wherry many times before. They're very nice people once you get to know them. They only got here to travel by boats and ships." "I see." "Good day, Great Western Engine." "Oh, good day to you, Miss Collin. And my name's Edward." "Nice to meet you, Edward." "Well, looks like your paint does look splendid and quite shiny today." "They are, ma'am. I just had to be repainted where I was given a reward for all my hard work." "Very good. Almost as shiny as Wyatt's paintwork. I remember when last time he always likes to keep his paint nice, shiny and polished. He never seemed to get it dirty." "Is that so? Well, I guess I'm not the only one then." "Oh, here's a cruise ship. I must go now. Goodbye, and it was nice meeting you, Edward." "You too. Take care." "Well, here goes the workman. I must be going too. Goodbye, Dexter." "Goodbye, Edward." Edward soon took the workmen to the water tower where the water is dripping all over the line. Tanner was there covering in water. "Hello, Edward. You look happy." "I am. I've been repainted today, and I met the special visitor, Miss Collin, at the docks. She says my Great Western paintwork does look as splendid as Wyatt's paintwork." "Brilliant, Edward. What a pleasant day." Edward can only agree. Just then, as Edward left the workmen to repair the water tower, Hayley passed by pulling a line of coal cars. "Hello, Hayley." "Hello, Edward." Coal dust flew from Hayley's heavy freight cars, and Edward failed to notice that he and his paintwork were now very dusty. Later, Edward passed Bethany waiting at the signal. "You look very cheerful, Edward." "I am." Edward explained about his new paintwork that he's been repainted, and a compliment he had received from Miss Collin, the special visitor. Edward was worried. He knew that his next job was to take some school children up to the clubhouse near the Paulsville station. but he knew that Bethany had a point about his paintwork getting dusty and dirty. He didn't want to be dusty when he arrived, or the teacher would not give him any compliments. So he hurried off to the engine works. Edward? Back already? Yes, I need a good polish, please, everyone. Very well, Edward. So Edward was polished from top to bottom again, and so was his coaches. As the men finished their job, Edward saw the workman's clock above, and was shocked to see what the time was. Oh no! I meant to be at Clarkson Elbow Station! Edward, wait! We've polished your wheels! They're not dry yet! You'll slip! But it was too late. The moment Edward puffed out of the engine works, the next he braked to a slow speed, but his wheels slipped on the rails. Ouch! Luckily, no one was hurt. Edward's driver and fireman jumped clear, but Edward derailed on the switches, which it caused to jam. The workmen were shocked to see what happened. Soon, Tanner had to take the children to the clubhouse near Paulsville, and Edward was put back on the rails and was shunted back into the engine works by Lisa. Miss Lindsay was on board, and she was cross. You will only cause yourself confusion and delay. Now you will have to wait here until your paintwork will be polished once more. Yes, Miss Lindsay. Edward soon had his paintwork polished and had been dried. He puffed back to work, although he still felt bad about what happened. Never mind, Edward, but on the bright side, you have got the shiniest paintwork and brightest whistle on the whole railway of South Roman. That's right, and I'm sorry about what happened when my cars got some coal dust all over you earlier, Edward. I didn't mean to get you dusty and dirty. That's all right, Hayley. I let this worriness about my Great Western paintwork got the better of me, and it was wrong for me to carelessly puff out of the works when it's not finished drying up yet. So from now on, I think it's best to wait until it shines. That's good to know. Hope you do well soon, Edward. Edward smiled from Buffalo the Buffer. Edward wasn't an engine who can often be grumpy and boastful sometimes about how real useful he was with his Great Western color because he is that sort of an engine. But he knows now that dirty or clean, he worked really hard without having to worry about his paintwork.